Thanks for tuning in. Who's ever tuning in. Interesting how these things happen. Plugins kind of come out in bunches. Seems like people are thinking the same things or got the same ideas going on. So Kit Plugins and Universal Audio just both released very recently Motown EQ emulations, and I think there's just been a hardware reissue come out from somebody as well. I think somebody put something out. Motown's floating in the air. I haven't checked these plugins out at all yet. Kind of the whole purpose of the stream is for me to figure out the plugin in real time, kind of figure out what I like and what I don't like. Real just first impressions kind of thing. We'll see how this goes, and we'll check out the manual. We'll check it out on some different material. I'm going to start off by going off on some just some stereo mixes from some projects I've done in the past, and then I will probably try, since it's the EQ, we'll probably try it out on some like actual source material. So we'll go into a mix and try it out, see how it does in there. Yeah, I mean, we can get pretty nerdy with this one because they're supposed to be doing the same thing. So I'm gonna maybe start with the Kit one because I know UA stuff pretty well. For those who know me, I've been a big UA user, for Universal Audio user for forever, so probably 17, 18 years, somewhere around there. So I'm pretty familiar with their plugins, and I already know what I like and I don't like about UA stuff on a whole. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, so we'll start with the Kit one. Not that you want to eat with your eyes. We do eat with our eyes. That's just the way it is. So if it sounds good, it is good. But I'm always, when I open up a plugin, I'm immediately judging whether or not it looks good. Does it look inspiring to use? Does it look fun to use? Or is it just kind of pretty boring? I've seen images of the hardware unit. Oh, this is already a big plus. You can resize the plugin, so that's already a big plus to me. I like this. Being a laptop user and screen real estate being important, this is great for me. So that's already a win. But yeah, this thing looks slick, and I'm sure it's gonna sound pretty amazing just because I've tried out their Neve emulation and was really impressed. So I have pretty high hopes for this thing. So yeah, basic 7-band EQ, and I'm pretty sure, I'm sure we'll get more information in the manual, but I'm pretty sure that Motown is an inductor based kind of EQ. We get pretty broad, pretty musical kind of sounding thing, but we'll see what's happening. So what other features we got here? We got an oversample 2x, 4x. So this is a post-production tool. I'm guessing what kind of latency we're getting there. Well, only 3 samples on the 2x, so not bad. And just an extra on the 4, and a couple more. So that you can use this in production if you wanted, I guess. Don't know what the link button does yet. We'll figure that out. Input, output, gain. No. Is this pre or post? I don't know. We'll find out. But yeah, I'm just gonna start digging in, and we'll see what happens. I think the first song I've got loaded up here is J Sparrow, Rough Side of the Drag, off his last record, which he tracked out in Victoria, and I mixed here. And please let me know if you can hear it okay, if you need a little louder or a little quieter. So I've just got this inserted over the stereo mix, so we'll just see what it sounds like. And it defaults to 4x, so we'll try it out at 4x. The traction on the interface feels really good. It feels really slick. That's a pretty smooth top. Yeah, that's really pleasing. Quite addictive, actually. Not harsh at all. Responds really well. You can hear it really quick. Oh yeah, that's really subtle, really nice. Let's see what the bottom does. Also really quite nice. Yeah, wow. That feels really good. This is going to be the danger of doing this stream is going to be all the plugins that I love that I'm demoing. Bottom sounds great. And 800 hertz, one of my favorite frequencies in mastering for sure, and in mixing. Really love to push this on the mix bus. Sounds super broad, really musical sounding, which, I mean, that's what the Motown EQ is famed for, right? It's just real pleasing moves. Yeah, this thing sounds great. I'm immediately impressed. It feels good to use too. Feels nice and slick. Gets down to a pretty decently small screen size, so if you are a laptop user, that's pretty great. Oh wow, yeah. I mean, you just want to add all of it, really. 320, also another great frequency. Use a lot of that. 320 always seems to be something nice, just kind of dial back in on a mix when you've finished up, you know. 130, it's all super pleasing. None of this sounds ugly. We should see what kind of usage this thing's using. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's doing anything. Very, very little. So gain, are you pre or post? Gonna guess post, I don't know. Immediately I'm impressed with this thing. Feels really good to use. Sounds great. A couple things I'm noticing here that I would love. Obviously, the GUI looks great. Resizable, so that's a win. I don't see any AB here though. I love me some AB, so I can go back and forth and compare. I know I can use to compare on Avid, but some undo. Undo is great. Got a bunch of presets here, but yeah, I like undo. I like ABs. I love gain match too. Like when you're pushing a lot of gain on an EQ, I mean, sometimes you stop pushing because it just gets too loud, and you're like, well, what am I doing? I think auto gains should be like a mandatory feature on plugins. I don't know why developers don't do it. I'll probably say that 7 million times while I'm doing this plugin review stream. This thing just sounds awesome. So yeah, some strikes though. No AB, no gain match, no undo. A little bit of latency, but not enough to stop you from using it in production, I think. Man, this thing sounds great. Let's head over to something else. All right. It's gonna kill me every time. I gotta remember to make sure I'm on the right side. There we go. This thing sounds amazing. Very, very smooth top end. Top end, of course, being like the hardest part on EQs to do, because you run into cramping, frequency cramping because of the aliasing or Nyquist limit. This sounds great though, and oversampling definitely will help with that. I don't know what it sounds like at 16 or 8, sorry. Sounds even better. So this is on 8. On 4, yeah, you can just hear it gets like a little bit crunchy up at the top. Not much though. Drop it to 2. And this kind of gets crunchy in a cool way, but yeah, definitely you can hear some of that coming in. He just really opens up though. That 50 hertz is going to be hard to get away from too. Ooh, that sounds good. Yeah, that feels great. Let's get into like a verse or something. Let's hear a little something different.
If you blow up, you did it real high for a minute until the media finished. Party, you're shameless. If you're not up front, you can't chase it. If your phone was acting up, facing to the ass department, you'll never be this kind of artist.
You'll get a break soon.
Sell out, sell out, sell out, sell out, sell out for free. Sell out, sell out, sell out, sell out, sell out for free. What you write in the caption, embrace yourself off the back.
Feels great.
Sell out, sell out, sell out, sell out, sell out, sell out for free.
The bottom end on this thing is unbelievable.
If you blow up, sell out, sell out, sell out,
And the top.
for free. Sell out, sell out, sell out, sell out, sell out for free. What you write in the caption, embrace
I'm just gonna make it a touch smaller, just so.
sell out, sell out, sell out, sell out, sell out for free. Sell out, sell out, sell out, sell out for free. Sell out, sell out, sell out, sell out, sell out for free.
Ooh,
What you write in the caption,
sounds incredible.
embrace yourself off the back. Spin, sell out, sell out, sell out, sell out, sell out, sell out for free. Sell out, sell out, sell out, sell out for free.
Very, very
Sell out, sell out, sell out,
nice
sell out for free.
sounding EQ.
What you write in the caption, embrace yourself off the back. Spin, sell out, sell out, sell out, sell out, sell out, sell out for free. Sell out, sell out, sell out, sell out for free.
A little bit of a
Sell out, sell out, sell out, sell out, sell out for free.
full tech move.
What you write in the caption, embrace yourself off the back. Spin, sell out,
Wow,
sell out,
yeah, this thing sounds awesome. I'm well impressed. So
sell out, sell out, sell out, sell out.
this thing sounds pretty good. I don't know what anybody else is thinking out there, but this sounds really good to me. I'm really impressed.
Till the media finished.
Oh, and I love that. I hit the question and it took me right to the manual. I am a big fan of manuals, and I love reading about them, about the plugins, so the fact that it just takes me directly to the manual is great. I mean, this isn't a super complicated plugin. We're obviously just trying out an EQ, so that's nothing serious at all, but it's nice to check it out. It's just a quick peek, just because I like that. Yeah. Built in the 60s, Motown's engineers to help usher in a new era of music and sound. The Motown EQ is one of the most important pieces of audio equipment ever built. Definitely used on a lot of number one hits. Studied and modeled this iconic unit. MoQ brings a proprietary Gen 2 full range modeling technology, FRM. I wish we knew what more of that meant, but plug in for the very first time. Utilizing FRM, MoEQ brings a full range of analog hardware to life, replicating subsonic and hypersonic frequencies from 10 Hz to 96 kHz. So that's great. Just pushing on the edges of what the digital domain can do. If anybody has any questions about that, we can nerd out on Nyquist theory a little bit and frequency cramping. But I don't think we need to go into that. Oversampling, good in EQs, for sure. Pretty basic. Kit logo. Ooh. Oh, takes you right to the website. Master gain. EQ bands. Controls. System requirements. Pretty brief manual, which is okay. It's a straightforward plugin. Nothing crazy, but I like when plugins or manuals let the attitude of the company kind of come through a little bit, you know, and maybe put some more stuff in there. Like, I think Plugin Alliance does a pretty good job of that, or Brainworks in particular. Sorry, out of Plugin Alliance, they have some good manuals. and some tips and tricks and ways that they like using it. I think it's nice to get a little bit of personality in the manual. That's just me. I like reading things and getting a bit of a vibe for the plugin. So they could have maybe put some more of the history of it, how this thing's built, or maybe more about how this stuff works. That would have been cool. Give me some more information. It's pretty... I know lots of people just want to get to work with it, but it's nice to be inspired by your tools and kind of get to know the company a little bit. That's just me. Overall, I think this thing's a win for sure. It sounds great. Things I'd love to see, obviously an AB would be incredible. Auto gain on the output would be amazing. I feel like auto gain makes you EQ far more aggressively, sometimes too aggressively, but far more aggressively. You can really hear what's happening. And I'd love to see an undo. So AB, undo, and gain match. All right. Gonna check out the Hitsville one. We'll see what it sounds like. So UA, obviously phenomenal company with a super long heritage in pro audio. I've been a massive fan of their plugins since I first heard them, and I have spent a lot of money on their plugins and spent a lot of money on their cards and interfaces. My stream's running off of an Apollo, and I got a couple of Octo cards here as well. So their stuff is meticulous. It always sounds good. I don't think I've heard a plugin that sounds bad from them. That might not be my plugin of choice, but it always sounds really good. My only gripe with Universal Audio is their commitment to making it like they stick to the analog kind of workflow domain thing, which I think they need to let go of a little bit and really push the limits of what digital can do. Just really simple things like there's no AB, there's no undo. Obviously, I mean, they can't do sidechain, I'm pretty sure, because of their architecture of the cards, but it'd be great to have some sidechain on some plugins. They're just a little, I feel like they stick a little bit too close to the whole modeling analog gear and making it the way it is. So, mind you, I think we got that a little bit on this too, right? We didn't really get, did we get a, oh no, it tells me how much I'm getting. It shows me at the bottom how much I'm boosting or cutting in decibels. Whereas this isn't going to tell me at all. Oh, and is this the, oh, it's all stepped. Interesting. I know there's 2 instances of this, right? There's a mastering grade one as well, I think. We should see if we pop that up. Dip peak. Oh, okay. Interesting. I'll have to try that out as well. A few more controls here. Left side, right side, mid side. Filter. Okay. Cool. We'll have to play around with this one too. Let's just try this one off the hop though. I feel like UA were some of the first plugins that actually just made things sound better by inserting the plugin. So it just kind of like Great Analog Gear does. Great Analog Gear just sounds better the minute you turn it on. Which this has definitely got a bit of a vibe. So yeah, I mean, obviously very similar to the other one. I guess we can turn these on and off by clicking here. I'm not even sure why we need those labels. I mean, the frequencies are right below it, but that's okay. No AB, no undo, no auto gain. Latency's gonna be pretty high here. Yeah, 1,000 and some odd samples. I think you can run this on the Spark though, the native UA now, so that's great. So might be a little bit more usable on the native version. Also sounds great. I mean, immediately I like the kit one better because it's not stepped, and I can just kind of smoothly move it. This is definitely all stepped and a little bit harder to move.
got you, babe.
Yeah. Sounds good. Sounds really a little more. I don't want to say clinical. It sounds really musical, but in comparison to that Kit one, it's just got a little bit more of like a crispness to it, I guess. Interesting. Just a little bit. It feels a little more surgical than the Kit one. And I don't know. Feels good, but the step thing is a definite turn off after having something non-stepped. Obviously by stepped I mean it just clicks from 1 to 2, so there's no finite control. I guess the bands just feel like a little narrower to me, almost. Like it feels like it's a more pointed EQ. Okay. Let's try it on let's try it over here. Yeah, it's almost got like a more immediate kind of sensation to it to me, whereas the other one like just kind of was kind of just super musical. This feels a little more surgical. Definitely sounds great though. Not mad at it. Bottom end is really nice. Yeah, I'd love to see what like the cues are, the cue difference between the two plugins would be, because this is different. Yeah, no resizable interface. I mean, it's pretty compact, so that's nice. Top end's nice, but I don't know. I guess we can set up a bit of an AB here and try it out.
Blow up, you did it. If you blow up, you did it. Real high for a minute until the media finished. Don't call me back.
It is really nice though. Like none of it sounds bad. All stuff that I want to hear and try. Great frequency selections. So I can guess that's why it was so popular. Let's see if we can set up a bit of an AB though.
We'll get a break soon.
Sell out for free. Sell out for free.
Maybe we'll just dial that back a little bit. Let's see what we can set up here.
Hit me when you need it. Take a friend like you mean it. Group thread, no feelings. Don't call me back. And everybody's screaming. And go broke mainstreaming. On the gram it's eating.
Well, at least it's easy to AB, because usually with UA stuff it's really hard to set up ABs because you don't get any readout on where you are on the EQ. So we're on the kit right now.
Until the media finished. Don't call me back. Nameless. If you're not in deep, you won't make
Switching
it.
to UA.
Your acne's acting up, facing to the meat market. You still can't leave this after party. You're shameless. If you're not up front, you can't chase it.
Back to
If
kit.
you're almost acting up, facing to the ass department. You'll never be this kind of artist.
We'll get a break soon.
Sell out for free. Sell
Yeah, and this is that clinicalness now sounds like firmness to me on the UA. Like it just sounds like it's like right there. It feels like it's moving. It's like just stands right up. So Hitsville UA Kit Mo EQ. This kind of feels just kind of now smeary. What I thought was musical kind of sounds smeary. I sure do like the bottom end on this Mo EQ though. Feels really good. But this thing just kind of like, which is what UA stuff does. It just kind of has dimension. I feel like I'm into the plugin now, or I'm into the EQ curve. I wonder what kind of gain difference I'm getting here. Maybe I'll just print this real quick and we'll see. So back to Hitsville. Kit. Kit feels like a little wider to me. Seems pretty good. This just stands right up, which is what UA stuff does, I feel like, so well. The top end and the bottom end of this are really musical though on the kit, which is what we're on right now. Both sound great. Not mad at either of them. But you kind of hear on the UA one here, the vocal just kind of like pushes forward a little bit more. Just does a little more present. This one feels wide to me. The kit, yeah, definitely feels wide. But this is just like that bottom end's like hitting. This is really nice and warm. Interesting. Let's just try them out quickly on something different.
In the night when you come around,
So we're on the Mo.
taste still on my mouth.
It's
We're so much older
this just
than we
vocal just stands right out
but your
immediately.
eyes, they stay young, wild and free. But your eyes, they stay young,
Back to the Mo.
wild and free. Let's let the rough side drain. Let the rough side drain.
Yeah, this feels great.
Dear. Let's
It's funny when we were first trying them, when I was trying them one at a time there, I really thought it was going to be the kit one. It just felt so pleasing to use.
got you,
This just feels a little stiff to use. That's okay. Feels great. I don't know if anybody out there has an opinion, wants to chime in, but pretty subtle moves we're doing right now. We should try the mastering one, see what that's all about. I mean, I guess maybe this is modeled after Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should go and check out the manual on this guy and see, get some more information about this one. All the frequencies are the same, so I kind of just want to know what's different rather than me just having to figure it out. Again, you get these little things here. Got some filters. That's cool. Okay. Left, right, mid side. UA is a company that's great with manuals, actually. I always love UA manuals. They really give you a lot of information on this stuff, and they really dive into a little bit of the history of it. So what they did: shape sounds with soulful graphic EQ, get the tone of historic and professional, key features, exclusive licensing. So this is endorsed by Motown. Which is, I'm guessing the kit one is not. End-to-end emulation. That's the great thing about UA stuff, is they go right from beginning to end on their stuff, which is awesome. Design guidance from technical engineers, that's pretty cool. Reference units from Michael Brower, George Peterson, Jesse Gay, and Motown Museums, that's cool. I think what I read on the kit site is they just have John McBride. Kit is partly owned by John McBride from Blackbird Studios in Nashville, I believe, anyways, and I could be wrong about all this, but I think they just model off of one unit. So there's UA, they generally do, I mean, they do their homework. There's a reason they've been at the forefront of the plugin game for a long time. Discrete inductor-based proportional graphic EQ. So you can really hear that proportional thing on this, where I didn't really feel that on the kit one. The kit one seems really broad. This one seems pretty focused. So maybe as I'm pushing it, that EQ is getting a little more proportional, which is cool. Models the entire electronic path, including transformers, makeup, amplifiers, EQ, band interactions, and internal clipped filter distortion. Interesting. Got some presets. Hitsville EQ provides equalization over 7 bands with 8 dB of booster cut. 7 bands overlap and are arranged in roughly half-octave ranges. Yep. Fundamental frequencies for music production: sub-bass, bass, low mid, high mid, treble, high brilliance. In addition to the processors include amplifier and transformer emulation, which can be used independent of the EQ to level your audio signals. Both plugins provide 8 dB of makeup gain. Okay, so you can use the gain for color. That's cool. I always like that. Hitsville Mastering EQ plugin provides similar graphic control as the Hitsville, but with full stereo control and expanded EQ frequency options. You can also process channels individually or link them mid-side. That's cool. Nice. You can cut the frequency centers of the entire mastering EQ by half or set. Okay. You can cut the frequency centers of the entire mastering EQ by half or set band centers independently between normal frequency and half speed. Originally intended for half-speed mastering of vinyl discs, the half-frequency options make the EQ more versatile and flexible for modern production workflows. Elliptical high and low pass filters provide focused mix energy and maximize program gain. Okay, cool. Filters can be engaged independently or as a combined bandpass filter. Interesting. Okay, so elliptical filters will mono out the frequencies above or below the selected cutoff point, which is great. 1 dB knob operation, both units, plus minus, presets, controls, tape labels, kind of a weird thing. Gain. Gain's probably pretty cool. We should try that out a little bit. Band numbers on and off. Okay, so if we go here and I hit band, no. Oh. What's happening here? Okay, so this is the half speed down here. Okay. I see. Took me a minute to figure that out. My apologies. Slow going. So other than that, is it going to sound different? So I can click between, so you can click the frequency label or related tape frequency label for any EQ knob to toggle between the normal value and the half the frequency. When the EQ knob is toggled to the opposite frequency, white grease pencil marks will appear next to the frequency label. So like I can switch it here. Is that, oh. Next to the frequency label. Okay, indicating which frequency is active. So normal. Oh, okay, cool. So you see that just pops up. Okay, that's neat. Okay, so this does make it far more versatile. So really, if there's no sound quality difference, I think I would probably just reach for this one every time. Where's my UA meter? Let's see, is there any usage difference? No, absolutely none. So I think I'm just reaching for this one every time. Bit of a pain in the butt that there's a peak and dip. I don't know why it has to be like that. I guess they're just staying true to the thing, which is fine. It's gonna be great. Like, this is gargantuan and I can't make it smaller. And if I'm just using it as left and right, why not give me the option to hide this portion? Like, a couple of the Brainworks plugins do this, the Pultec one from Better Maker and just the Brainworks digital EQ3. Like, screen real estate, especially when you're on a laptop and mobile and working around stuff, is really important. And it's too bad that they're not prioritizing that. So I know it seems like a small gripe, but it's an important one to me. Okay.
Wild and free, but your eyes, they stay young. Wild and
I can't really hear a difference, I don't think. So this is a mastering EQ. And this is just a regular one. Yeah, there does seem to be a bit of a difference, I think. I think there is a bit of a difference. I could be totally wrong, though.
I got you, babe.
The Hitsville one, just the regular one, seems a little sharper. Seems a little more pointed to me. I could be totally wrong, though. I could just be making that up in my head. No, I don't think I am. There seems to be a bit of a spread here, and I mean, it is saying it is two different units, so maybe they modeled two different units here. Maybe it is an actual thing. This just feels so focused to me, this one. I really like it. Interesting. Gotcha, babe. Yeah. Interesting. There definitely is a bit of a difference between them. It does feel like the mastering one, which is A, it's just a bit wider. And the vocal just seems very centered here on just a regular one. Yeah, this just feels like it opens up. Interesting. Okay. Peak dip, bunch of different frequencies. Let's just try with the half frequency sunlight. Pretty subtle differences. Interesting. Cool. This thing sounds great. Super useful frequencies. Like, the frequencies are spot on. Just what you want to use. I wish there was an option to have variable gain. think that would make it so much better for me.
We weathered years of falling
Let's just pop the top a little more.
Lord knows we almost put
Oh yeah, there's definitely, these are different emulations, different units.
like we used to be. A love that
I
tried
really like the sound of this mastering one. Shoot.
wild and free.
Shoot.
Let's let the rough side drag.
It just feels a little more open to me. Sounds great. Both of these sound great. Maybe we should see what it sounds like on like some in-depth source material. Just because I gotta know. That's why this is why we do this. Maybe we'll try and go try it on some drums. I mean, I get a little tired of analog emulations in the digital world. I'm kind of really looking for things that are just taking full advantage of the digital workspace and digital forward-thinking technology. I just love stuff that really is pushing the envelope. So I get a little tired of analog EQ. I mean, how many Pultec emulations are there out there? How many 1176 emulations are out there? The Motown ones, there's not a lot. There used to be, I feel like URS, I don't know if anybody remembers URS plugins, but they had a Motown one, and then it sounded pretty good. And I feel like there was one or two other ones out there, but it's certainly not something you see a lot of. Let's try it out on some individual stuff. I mean, I know Michael Brower uses his stuff on drums pretty specifically. I think kick and bass, so I think his preset's probably in there. Probably. Let's pull it up. Hitsville EQ. He's probably gonna have a kick preset. Oh, there's a lot of people in here. Michael Brower. Oh, he's got tons. Kick, fat, kick, tight. Let's see what this thing sounds like on a kick drum. Sounds awesome. Definitely push lots of gain. What other presets? Sounds great. Really focus bottom. Let's try the Mo out. So it doesn't seem to remember. Like, it's great that it's resizable, but I wish it would remember what I resized it to, so it just stays that way. This also sounds great. The bottom end is really nice. This just like stands right up though. That Mo EQ is just like, the Hitsville one's just like alive. What am I doing here? What is it doing? So roughly the same things here. So Mo EQ. Oh, that just punches you right in the face. It sounds so good. Whatever. Go up to 8. What does that do? Definitely firms it up a little bit at 8 times. Just sounds great. All right. What about Buddy the snare? What do you got for the snare there, Mr. Brower? That snare, please. again, I think immediately this thing sounds great. Sounds great. Yeah, it sounds really great. I mean, even the top, there's a lot of hi-hat in the snare, and even the top ends is not getting like overly abrasive or anything, so that's awesome. God, even like the 300. Sounds great. Let's try them all. Again, the top end on this sounds awesome too. Really, really smooth. Yeah, feels great. Let's try that on some guitars. Let's see what this. Oh. This thing just sounds incredible. Mo-Q? Mo-Q. It just loads up so big. It doesn't need to be so big. It could be a lot smaller. Even the 800 sounds nice, which lots of times on electric you get a little barky. That also sounds great. Kind of Motowny. What you got for bass, Mr. Brower? Man, that sounds really nice. See what the Mo-EQ does at the same kind of settings. What we got going on here? 2 dBs. 2 dBs. All the way out on the mids. It's great. 3. Yeah. Oh, we got some gain happening. That's not fair. Yeah, sounds nice too. But it's just an accuracy to the UA stuff, which is what I feel like their stuff does so well, as I've said before. Just fat. Sounds great. Alright, try out some vocals.
So much has changed, but it's still burning strong. We say it's over, never get closer to putting out this old desire. Here we go again, turning ashes to rain for what feels like so long. So
Sounds great.
but it's still burning strong.
What do you got for vocals, Mr. Brown?
It's over, never get closer to putting out this old desire. Here we
Definitely clear.
go
Not the right one for Matt, though.
turning ashes to clay. For what feels like so long.
Vocal start bubbles and
So much has changed, but it's still burning strong. We say it's over, never get closer.
sounds great. Let's try the mow out.
To play for what feels like so long. So much has changed, but it's still track of the times that you've broken my heart.
We're on the verse now, Brad. That's
But
why it
all
doesn't
my
sound like you're doing anything.
never against disappear at the hint of a spark.
This one just feels a lot more
We burn out of
musical to
control.
me, for sure. I know I've said that already, but I think it's...
Fade out like smoke in the dark. Been keeping this flame for what feels like so long. So much has changed, but it's still burning strong.
Sounds nice, though. I like both of these.
Say it's over, never get closer to putting out this old desire. Here we go again, turning ashes to track of the times that you've broken my heart.
Yeah.
But all my never against disappear at the hint of a
Alright,
spark.
I'm still getting a little bit of gain there.
Then we burn out of control, body and soul, till we fade out like smoke in the dark. Been keeping this flame for what feels like so long. So much has changed.
Yeah, the Hitsville is just hits. It hits. I think they're both really nice. But in everything I've shot out tonight, I think I would go with the Hitsville, but I'm definitely not mad at the Kit one at all. It sounds great too. Oh, what is the... Yeah, we never found out what the link button does. Let's go find out. You must know. Link. New instances will automatically link to the setting chosen. Oh, is it tied to the sampling rate? I don't understand. That's a bit unclear to me. Let's see, is it tied to the sampling rate? Is that what that does? So let's set you to 4 and you're at 2, and if I hit link, okay, so it's tied to the sampling rate. So that's great. I think they both sound great. So, and again, I was a little like, I kind of thought EQ A-Being might be a little bit boring. They're not really that, especially since they're just kind of vintage emulations. So they're not doing anything crazy or groundbreaking, but there's sure some life to this one. And this one's really, really musical sounding. The Kit one's got a really nice musicality to it. They both suffer from lack of features. Like, give me an A-B, give me an undo. Those things are really important. Give me an auto gain. Give me a gain match so I can EQ without the volume just popping through. Oh yeah, I wanted to try out the gain on both. Maybe we should do that. Let's set this up. Let's have 2 instances of this. We're just gonna crank the gain by 8 dBs, and we will see what's going on here. So this is the more saturated one. B is more saturated, it's using the gain, and A is just clean gain.
But your eyes, they stay young, wild and free.
Definite difference. I like.
They stay young,
So clean.
wild and free.
Some comments there.
Let's let the rough side drain.
And driven.
Let the rough side drain. Dear,
That sounds really nice.
side
Maybe I'm a little loud.
'cause I got you, babe.
Seems like like I'm a little loud.
I got you, babe.
Yeah. Okay, so that's a big plus. Let's see if the Mo EQ has the same kind of feature. Clean. Driven. The gain seems to be doing something here too. But not as pleasing to me as the Hitsville one.
I got you, babe. Yeah. I got you, babe.
Yeah, just a little bit more kind of roundness to it. So driven, clean. Yeah, just a little more life to it. Okay, so the output gain, definite bonus feature. Seems like we're a little loud. Or maybe my headphones are just super loud. Oh yeah. Yeah, you just kind of get a bit of a hug with the driven one. Gives you a little hug. Great. Okay. Okay. I think both are excellent emulations. I mean, I haven't used the hardware, so I can't say for sure how they stack up against the real deal ones, but they both sound similar but different. I think they're both really good emulations, or good sounding EQs, really useful, really pleasant to use, hard to make sound bad, which is great. That's what you want out of an EQ. I think you want it to sound awesome everywhere. And again, the frequencies are really useful. I think you'd be hard pressed to find them unusable on certain things. It's pretty usable all the way around. So that's cool. Just to recap, the only thing that I think these plugins are suffering from is like modern digital features. So give me an AB, please. Give me an auto gain and give me some undo. Those things are like, those are really small, simple things that I don't understand aren't on every plugin, especially at this point. It just seems really, really easy to do. But definitely, I've tried a couple. I think I've tried all their plugins now, kit plugins, their core EQ and their core comp, which are really fun and easy. And I've tried out the Neve EQ, and that sounds really great too. The Neve emulation sounds great. UA's does what UA's does. I mean, they just sound great. They sound like a no expense spared emulation or quality product. It just sounds phenomenal, and both of them do. I think both of them are really usable and really, really great. This one's got a leg up in the sense that it's finite control and just sounds a little bit more musical. I think if you're looking for something a little more smeary, I mean smeary in a good way, like this would be the one I reach to. This one's like, I mean, it's also quite musical, but just a little more precise sounding and a little bit more depth and dimension, and the gain output is really great. Both are really well done, so I would recommend both, checking both out and then seeing what you think. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Thanks, and have a great night.